Maybe. I hope that I'm in the vertical orientation because I'm really kind of close to the object and it doesn't really like what I'm doing. It really wants to put this into a horizontal thing, and if you're kind of looking in, hi Ann, what orientation is this camera in? Because I'm trying a new device. YouTube is trying to force me into a different orientation. I hope that I'm in the vertical orientation and not the horizontal, because it feels like Okay, good, it's vertical. Good, then I'm gonna ignore it then. Hi. Hi, Tapestry of the Unseen. My sister is here tonight. So I'm trying a new device. I have the camera strapped to my chest right now. And I wanted to... Welcome. Yeah, you can say your name. I can't really see it because the camera's really too close to my face. And I am... Okay, good. I am trying my best here to not have a shaky camera. Yeah, so I'll rely upon my... So Tapestry of the Unknown, Anne, she is a professional reader, card reader. And that's a big long name. I'm not going to repeat all of that, Mr. I can't even see it. It's really so close. Me? How long have I been doing readings publicly? There is just a little bit of light out. I've been doing I'm a brand new reader. If you want to know the truth of it, I've been doing readings for less than a year. No, I haven't been reading for years, Anne. I've been practicing for years. Let's see if I sit down here now. I'm going to try this. This is a new orient. Okay. Wow. I cannot see the screen at all now in this position. So you guys are going to have to entertain yourself. So for the person who found me from Tools of Fortune, that's my new channel where I'm doing tarot and oracle readings. I'm not going to be doing a Tools of Fortune tonight because I have my volunteer job tomorrow. And I can't stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Wow, I'm kind of liking this tree here. I'm liking the design of it. Unfortunately, the camera is really shaky. This is going to take some learning how to do. Well, I don't really know who you are. All of my moderators have once been guests on my show. So unless I've had an actual conversation with you, I've had an actual conversation with you in one fashion or another. I'm not adding you as a moderator. Does that answer your question? So, that's just my policy is for adding moderators is I'm just using people who I've kind of have met before on YouTube at least. And a moderator is a person who it's a moderator, and is someone, they get a wrench in their job is to make sure that everybody stays yes, I believe that anybody can learn the tarot. I'm just an anybody. Because let's see what I'm doing here. I believe that, but it all just depends on how open you are. Well, yeah, well, you need to. I like my moderators to be, at least 40 years old. Oh, I will talk about the Bible occasionally, and so forth. I can. Yeah, all right. You're probably 14. But like I said, unless you've been on my show as a guest and I've had a conversation with you, those are all my moderated mods have been guests on my show. Well, I will try. I will try. Essentially, I can explain what my position is. Right now, I got a lot going on my plate, so those kinds of videos might not happen. So kind of coming in here. I need a smaller brush. Don't have that brush out here? No. I see. I am painting in the dark is what I'm doing. Painting in the dark. And I'm using a first-person P.O.V. Camera rig that is strapped to my body. And trying to get the most steady shot that I possibly can. So I'm not using a tripod. Oh. Yeah. But you see, my positions may be really heretical. So, I don't know. There's a lot of other people who do, you know, who make that their channel, going into the Bible and kind of explaining things. That wasn't really something that I kind of even wanted to do, but oh, I'm off frame. Kind of having this branch kind of coming in this way. Yeah, I get you. I get you, Lila. I mean, all right. But you know what? If you want, I have actually on this channel, I have actually gone into the Gospel of Thomas. If you go back into some of my lives and my after church chats, I've done a lot of reading from the Gospel of Thomas. There we go. I had no idea that this rig was going to be so difficult to use. But it just came out of the box, so... Going to dreamland, yeah. Yeah, I get you there. I remember going to church, and I think I was like, when I was like a teenager, and I think I was embarrassing my mother because I would just lay down in one of the pews and go to sleep. Oh. Well, and we're not really going to be talking about politics here or what's going on in the country, so we're kind of just doing that's one of the things I got, rules I have on this channel. We want to talk about other things other than politics or what's going on in the country. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. So there's a lot of other stuff to talk about, and like I said, with you know, people doing channels that are on Bible, There's also a lot of channels on politics, and this one is not one of them. And that's my... because I don't really want to alienate anybody by going into... and there's a lot of international people too, going into like specifics of anything. Yeah, okay, no politics here, please. I am drawing this. And it's very difficult because I can barely see it. So I'm kind of drawing, I'm kind of painting it blind if you want to know the truth of it. So, which is actually kind of a good thing because you're kind of, I'm being forced to be not so exact. Now that was kind of a mistake there, but oh well, it's what it is. Happy accidents, as Bob Ross would say. And these are just happy little trees. Oh boy, I just about fell over. I'm a little bit... it's kind of funny in doing this thing. This thing is so close, and I'm looking in two places at the same time. And my glasses don't work this close to the camera. And it's funny. I'm actually really amused by this situation here. Yeah. I'm really amused by this situation. I'm going to have to practice with this thing some more. Maybe when I go to my volunteer job tomorrow. It's a store that has my art for sale. And I'm hoping that it'll be a real slow day and that nobody comes in. Because it's like my one day off of being a caregiver a month. Okay, can I like not hold on to the camera and make sure it doesn't shake? I can barely see the print. Wonder Fan. No, Ann. This is a new device. This device here is not a tripod. It is a first-person P.O.V. rig. It likes for GoPros and for things that have a stabilization software. Tripod is not broken. I wanted to have the ability to give you all a different perspective to see kind of what I see. Yeah. That's kind of what this is. It's almost dark now. Hmm. I'm kind of like relearning how to dance here, dancing around, making sure that. But at this point in time, I'm just blocking the colors in for the. I'm using a combination of transparent bone black and yellow ochre here, just to get the coloration. I spent most of the day finishing up the sky. Yes, actually, I have a drawing on there for watercolor, and so if I had actually started a little earlier, then I would be doing a watercolor here too. Well, thank you for liking. Now my outdoor light just went off, so you can see how dark it is. So what it means is that tomorrow, when I get done, oh no, that's right. I have an interview tomorrow night with Lucky Stone 888, and then so no painting tomorrow, but I think on Sunday afternoon. Oh, I like how organic that this tree is looking, so organic in the and how all right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this device to another device, and we'll just sit and hang out for a little bit. And let's get... Come on, let's go there. Let's go out that way first, so you can see outside into the world. And I'm going to bring my camera light closer. All right, there we goes. All right. So here I am. And so this here is this first-person camera rig. It's kind of strapped on here. Yeah, you can see, actually, yeah, I'm against the side of the house, Ann. We'll just stick this over here. And that's where I'm at. It's kind of cold out now. It is pitch black. Yeah, it's getting pitch black where I'm at too, Lila. Yeah. Yeah. So, Lila, when I start my show out front, my sister provides the questions for me to read on. And so I'm not like starting. I start by reading a question, and it seems to work better that I'm reading a question that is attached to a person versus one that I just sort of generated whole cloth. Now I'm probably going to welcome Cuz Wonder Fan. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, so I'm probably going to try and. Yeah, so one of the things I'm going to try to do is do some reading. Well, right now it's too dark for me to do what I was doing. But it's maybe not. Let me just go back. I'm going to turn the camera and I can show you what I was doing. This is what I was doing, working on this painting. We can get let me get it over here a little bit like that, a little closer. And there we go. Maybe this first-person POV rig. I think it would work best if I had like if it had image stabilizer on the camera, and maybe my new phone, which I haven't. I need to go and get a new SIM card. I'm gonna do that, I think Wednesday, because Mom has a dental appointment on Wednesday, and then I can only do that at a Target. And so, yeah. Yes, it is the painting from yesterday. I'm still working on it. Still working. I thought if I had started earlier, what I would be doing is I would also be doing watercolor as well, because I have a watercolor sketch right up there. And but yeah. Yeah, so so for the answer to the question of the individual who wants me to do more on the Bible, I might consider doing, yeah, hopefully it's vertical. Do some more things on the Bible. I think what I would like to do, what I'd like to do is maybe I can bring somebody on as a guest on this show when the summer's over with, and then I can go into doing some more opening, looking at a more progressive way of looking at scriptures. And because I think what I'd like to do is actually go in. I heard something in the house. I hope Mother is okay. Go in and look at the book of Revelations as a personal journey. And there was one YouTuber who went through it, but I didn't quite. I'd like to actually go through it for myself to see. All right. Yeah. Well, I think she's fine. She's in the kitchen getting something. But let me just go check. I will be right back. Oh, she's fine. It's just there's this stuff in the sink. Is that I left all the dishes in the sink. Yeah. Well, it's okay. I think there's my sister calling. Yeah, she's fine. It's just I haven't cleaned the kitchen up yet. That's why. And then, and so. Here we go. Oh, all right. We're gonna do some more things on here. I guess I can just work on this until my light burns out, because this light I'm using over here has got like a 45-minute to an hour lifespan, and it's like, what, 70 degrees outside. I gotta remember, did I turn the water off? There we go. Kind of getting things to look more organic. Yeah. when I kind of look back on this a little bit, you know, I got my background and I did multiple layers on the skyline. I think you get the sense of, yeah. Oh, I'll finish this thing. It's just not going to finish it today, because with heavy-bodied acrylics, you can only do so many layers of paint, and before everything turns to mud, and so you're kind of bound a little bit by that. And actually, this is actually pretty... Yeah, that's exactly right. You got to let it dry, let the layers dry. So probably what I probably want to do is like it. That's why I kind of had the idea, because a lot of times what I'll do is bring a hairdryer, and I'll paint with a hairdryer, and then I'll quick dry those layers. But the danger of using a heat gun or hair dryer to do that is that you can run the risk of your paint cracking when it dries or when it cures, and then especially if you add additives to your paint. So if you like So if you like add an additive, like a slow drying agent, because when I use my golden paints, I don't know why that is, but maybe you push that button. That's some new YouTube feature for you guys coming into the chat to make you feel better. So if you add an additive. If you add an additive to your paint, like so, a lot of like golden, the golden products, the pro grade paint products, they have an additive that you can add to the paint that will slow the drying process down, and then when you use this additive, you can make your acrylic paints mimic oil paints. And so then when you go and paint, let's say instead of painting with heavy body paints, you paint with transparent and semi-transparent paints, and then you go layer by layer by layer, and then so like one of the goals that I like been trying, layer not lawyer, but layer by layer. But one of the goals that I try to do is changing the colors optically. So I started the painting on a, and you can see the underpainting in this thing is green. It has a green colored underpainting that I painted with multiple layers of paint. And there's an advantage of doing that, because when you use an underpainting and then you paint over the top of it, so you're not starting from white. You're not starting from white, you're starting from a different color, and that different color, it binds the entire piece together because it's in here, and then but when you use like this, the semi-transparent paints, you can see all the way through all those layers of paints, and then it gets you can get almost like a holographic like effect, and that's the beauty of that. Yeah, welcome. Yeah. So you can get some different effects, and it just takes a while to I've been painting for almost 10 years, I think, or 10 years? Yeah, it's about 10 years. And so with painting for 10 years, I just started doing, because I'm still learning. Yeah, and that's exactly right. That's why I'm not. I do use a hair dryer, but I try to use it sparingly. I only use a hair dryer when I'm painting, when I'm live streaming a paint. But if I'm like layer by layer, or other times I'll use a hair dryer is when I'm painting a lot of different things. So like when I'm painting cards, because I sell hand-painted cards, and so around in the fall, I'll end up painting a couple hundred or 100 cards, and I'm just painting the same similar, like Christmas cards, the same similar image over and over and over again. And so you're doing, by the end of Christmas, I'm pretty damn sick and tired of painting Christmas cards. And oh, said bruh. Welcome, bruh. Anyways, let's go put that over here a little bit more. Just doing little bits of paint here at a time. Try to make it more textured. Then the next stage would be the next time I come at this, I'll either put leaves on there or not. I'm not sure. We want to texture this thing out a bit. Get that sense of like, is this bark? Now, some of this paint's already dried on here. And all right, Lila, we'll see you the next time. No leaf, best seasons. Yeah, I'm probably what I'm going to do on this is I'm going to use, I might put just a couple, because I got like my blue and purple and red kind of like grasses and bushes in the background. I'm going to probably add some golden color leaves and so forth, and just some different colored ones, because green leaves are actually kind of boring. Fall, get all the colors. Yeah, exactly. And then we'll come back in when this is all dry. I'll come back in with some primary yellow, or like I have some fluid acrylics, and I'll use some of that and use or I'll just use I'll just take my yellow and water it way down and add it in there, so it would be like the light is behind you, like the sun is behind you, and you're looking in. So I got to add, because like you look at the landscape, I put a lot of light down in here, so I'll be I put a lot of light back in here, so that was a close one. I almost dumped my paint water all over my shoes. But anyways, really liking this. Well, I will be working on it. I'm going to come back and work on it Sunday. Sunday will be the next time I come back and work on it. Because like I said, tomorrow night at 8:30 my time, or actually 9 o'clock my time, I'm having a conversation with the gentleman from, I don't know, somewhere on the eastern United States. Maybe talking about nature and spirituality and stuff like that. Yeah, I just ran out of black. Here we go. Welcome, Tom. Welcome. So when are you going to come on my show, Tom? You want like do a paint off or something like that? But I understand that it's like we're all really busy during the summer months, and I get that. So I wouldn't expect you to. You're on Central Time, perfect. Yeah. Yeah. So well, how about Tom? The summer's almost over. How about in September sometime? We can do something in September, and whether you just want to come on and talk about yourself, or talk about what it is that you do, or if you want to come on and do a paint off or something like that, that would be, yeah. Anyways, that's kind of, do something like that. We can go talk about tarot. We can go talk about art. We can talk about, anything like that. Yeah. Because right now we're in the summertime. I'm here trying to go out and do a live stream every day, and I have 2 channels now, and so the other one I'm just doing tarot oracle readings on, and I do those usually after midnight. And yeah, this tree's looking really nice, but it's kind of, yeah. Yeah, the neighbor. I can't remember if I turned the water off or not. There's water in my tomato plants. My tomato plants on the other side of the house are like 4 feet tall. So I got my garden went in like 3 different phases. In like I'm trying my best here. I'm still learning, and still learning. Got my number 1 fan here. I think you got to go up there and push that top fan's play gag. What the hell's gag? That sounds terrible to play gag. I mean, gag is like to me that's like drinking milk or something. Get a little gag action going on, or trying to eat fish, make you gag. Yeah. Sorry. Oh. Grow a garden. Oh, it's a game. No, I'm not talking about playing no games. I actually am growing a garden. I got tomato and squash plants, and that's what I got. All right, that's as much as I'm going to do here on this. That's all I'm going to do here. How much time? My lights. Oh, it's about almost burned out. So you're number 2 now. Okay. Yeah, gay. That's funny. I'm an old person, and I'm an old person, and I'm kind of like out of touch with a lot of these new things going on there. I don't know what's new, and anyways, Well, it's got 20 likes on this. It's amazing. I haven't had a video with 20 likes for a long time, or 21 likes. It's amazing. I mean, there was that one video that I did last summer that got 10,000 views on it. That was quite amazing too. I was completely not expecting that. And of course, you know, I wasn't able to repeat it. So, you know, you're as you try to think, oh yeah, I can get 10,000 views now. It's like, oh no, it doesn't happen that much. It's I think, and then it was like I was doing paper mache, and painting doesn't generate that much. So it's 23 now. Yeah, well, thank you. So, like I say, I do a variety show. This is a variety show here. And summertime is... I try... Perfect. What I do in orders is I paint Christmas cards, hand paint Christmas cards and stuff like that. And so I do those in the fall. And that's kind of the thing I got going on, and so forth. This thing, I'm gonna have to learn how to use this thing. Maybe I can start that watercolor. Let's do that. I have like 15 minutes of light left on that battery, on the battery there. My light battery, camera battery. Let's see, if I get this one up all the way like this, and I come in a little closer here, and we could do that. All right. There we go. I haven't done a watercolor for a month anyways. Okay, there's just one of you left in here. Okay. Let's take this up more like that. And okay. I'm gonna do this thing. So I can't see. Let's see if we got the light on the phone light. There we go, a little bit more. Can't see. So it's at least 3 of you here? Yeah, it is 3 now. All right, let's try this thing here. Uh-oh, I don't want that to go there. I don't want it to get all messed up with the paint. So we got some watercolor here. And I got a bird sketch up here. Oh, I hit the damn tripod. This isn't going to work. Give it a blue head or something like that. Open air. Nighttime. Oh, I kind of like that. That's really loose. I like how loose that is. Let's go up here to this Payne's Gray. And cold out here. This is like summer camp or something like that. This bird's gonna look like crap. I can already tell. I'm a little too far away from it. Oh, it looks like crap already. Sorry. It's got a big giant eye. It's like the eye of Sauron. That's what we got going on here. And maybe some blue there. And I see the... What's funny? Oh, it is funny because it's like I can't see shit here. I'm sorry about the language. I can't see anything. And I'm here painting, and I got the camera right in front of me. And it's really awkward as hell. But you know, there's a... Give it beak color. Use this yellow ochre. Here's a beak color. This is going to be like this, a totally abstract drawing here. You see eyes. You kind of see a mountain. Yeah, we're looking at the top one up here. Yeah, I have a bird sketched on here. And it's kind of it's really... I think this will probably be my worst watercolor ever. You only need 3. Keeps trolling. Oh, yeah, well, you know, as long as the troll isn't there being disrespectful, that's fine by me. I was once young too. This is very abstract, very rough. Head is looking out that way. I can do this. Yeah. Well, it's going to be... It's something. It's some kind of a bird. And... put some of this ultramarine in here, too. To stand out a bit. This is very challenging. All I can tell you about that is it's very extremely challenging. But you know, it's good to challenge yourself. What is you saying here? Oh. All right. Well, I will do an orange. I was going to do an orangey. I was just doing the top of it first. I'm using a very small brush, but I might come and... Oh, I've been watching a lot of... I like Kelsey Grammer. My favorite movie is Down Periscope. Has kind of an orangey underbelly, you say? Probably should have wet the paper down a bit. Here we go. I don't know if you've ever seen Down Periscope. That's like a really good movie. I like that movie, Down Periscope. It's so juvenile. I use it for sleep aid. Use that movie for sleep aid. I've watched it. It doesn't, it's like, it's not a nightmare producing movie, so it's just super funny. We'll go with some of this burnt umber in it too. Reddish underbellies. Oh, welcome, Mama Sushi. Yeah, that's right. You got to be respectful to people, but I understand if you're just really you're a young person, it's easy to, do stuff like that. We're always once young before, but yeah, that's right. You just need to be respectful of others. That's the only thing. That's my only rule here. You can go have fun with yourselves when you're in the chat. Entertain yourself, because I can't always see the chat. Well, welcome, Chloe. Welcome. So this is 2 paintings. It's a 2-painting night. A watercolor and acrylics. I've been meaning to do this, to do a multi, what we're going to do here, we want to do that, let's use this darker brown, and here's this limb that the down thing is on. It's very difficult because I am reaching around the camera here. Come back here. Oh, don't run away, brush. It's cold out too. Let's put this over here. Get that Payne's gray. Well, it's good that it's coming out. This is, like I've mentioned, this is extremely challenging. It's extremely challenging because I usually will paint on my craft table, but I've been, because it's summer, I've been wanting to paint outdoors every day. I got this light in the way too. I don't want to trip over my camera light. And all right, so this, I'm trying to paint the foot, kind of wrapping itself around like that, but it's kind of all blended in together. So that's not really working very well. All right, it's just a practice painting. You haven't done one of these for a while, Bill. Got to remind yourself. Got this thing, and let's go and get some of this Chinese white and see if I can tone it down on the stick that it's on. There we go. I kind of like that effect there. It's really kind of interesting. But let's come up here and do this Prussian blue, and put a little bit of, kind of put that in here. It's kind of got like some hair sticking up there. It's actually pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is like totally cool. 26 likes. When you're in grade 3, you crush on somebody named Chloe, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember grade 3 very well. It was so long ago when I was in school. But I do remember. Let's let this dry for a second. I'm going to turn the camera around here so you can see me here. It's a lot of time zone. So what I do remember about high school art, because I took high school art for 2 years in a row, was one time, there's one guy, I was driving a Volkswagen, a 65 Volkswagen Bug, and then right after, I've never actually painted an Easter egg before, but right after lunch break, I had art 2 periods in a row, right in my senior year, and then right before lunch, I had like an independent study class where I was taking piano. Next, you had some UFOs before, yeah. And well, anyways, I had this art 2 periods in a row in high school, and one of my friends or whatever convinced me to drive my car around the track. And so while the class was in session, we went out and I drove. We took a drive around the track, the high school track, and it was a gravel track, and I was like very lucky that I didn't get caught, and so I was like paranoid that I was going to get caught driving around the high school track. But that was like in the 80s. I was a teenager in the 80s. Anyways. Oh, look, it's angel number 727 right now. 717's not such a great angel number. It just means you need to watch your tongue. Anyways, I'll turn the camera back around here. Go up there again and see. What are we doing here? Hit the camera. Yeah, I want to do something else. Well, let's go in here. I got all this wrong color blue mixed right in with the... Let's kind of put it in here and make it look like it's got feathers and crap. I need to lift the color right off of that. That's risky to do. It was risky, but you know, apparently I had found out like my 10-year or 15 or 20-year, I think it was like my 20-year class reunion, that I found out that I wasn't the only person that classmate had that got them to do that. So and that guy, oh, it's funny because I was like when we had golf in PE, and this fella was like, no, just go. And this fella was like, he hit the golf ball and it hit a pole and came within inches of hitting the PE teacher in the head. Now, granted, it wasn't funny at the... Yeah, it was funny at the time. But... Easter eggs in your paint... No, I haven't Not really. Maybe Wonder Fan, when I get more advanced as a painter, I might do that. He does not. Yeah. I haven't done that before. But I have put UFOs in my paintings before. I have done that. But anyway, let's go back in and work a little bit more before my light burns out. All right. I must say, I've had a lot of fun here tonight. I hope that you guys have been having some fun. But this has been a really fun experience, including using that first-person P.O.V. rig. We're going to put these lighter colors in here to get some shadow in here. I don't think I'm going to paint a background because I'm painted really loose up there. Yeah. No, not literal Easter eggs, but if you want to think about it now, there are things that I do put in my paintings that are kind of hidden. It's sort of a tricks of light, and when I start building those other paintings, I'll go through the process and show you some of the hidden things that I put in paintings. And we're gonna just come back over here, kind of make it. I'm not gonna make it like a yellow. I could do a yellow background, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. We're just gonna have this guy on the white, like that, against the white background. It's pitch ass dark right now. Stars are out too. Unfortunately, I mangled his talons, so the bird ain't got no talons. How much light do I have left? Probably 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna have to cut this thing off. Oh geez, got a little dizzy there. Yeah. I think I did a. If you go on the channel, perfect. If you go on the channel header, channel page, the main page, the last. I'm in America. I'm in Oregon. I'm on the west coast of Oregon right now. Actually, I'm really I'm in the coastal mountains in Oregon. That's the easiest thing I can tell you. That's where I'm at. There we go. It's getting to be more like how I like. I really want to watch the movie, pump up the volume. I have it on a DVD. And I haven't put my projector screen up yet for this year. I need to watch a movie outdoors. Actually, in the garage will be just fine. All right. You know what? I'm gonna call it goods here. Quit here. Let me turn the camera back around the other way. All right. There we go. There we go. Pitch dark. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when I'm really overwhelmed, I like, oh, so you're from Oklahoma? Well, I had a guy on from Oklahoma, Truth Wave. He was like, came on my channel, I think last month for an interview. But when I'm overwhelmed, which when I first started studying tarot, I was overwhelmed all the time, and I'm still a little bit overwhelmed sometimes by tarot as well. You know, I don't speak Tagalog because I'm not in the Philippines. But welcome, Anne. Welcome back. And so, one of the things you can do, Ayushi, when you are overwhelmed, you have to take a step back from what it is you're doing. You got to do that, and then you take a step back, and then you try, and then you try it again. Because I have a audio processing disorder, and it's so I'm kind of on the autistic spectrum, and so when I was younger, I had a hard time. I had to learn how to hear. And I was delayed in learning how to read, and delayed in almost a lot of those kind of academic disciplines, and so the first I could probably, let me see, what did I learn first? I learned how to cook first. That's the first thing I learned how to do, was cook, and then I learned how to take pictures. And then I learned mathematics. At that time I was really good at math to a certain degree, but it was still hard. All these things were hard. And then, because writing was so super hard, I spent a good 20 years learning how to do creative writing. I did a lot of creative writing. Can I say ooh, 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 staying alive, ooh, 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 staying alive. How about that, Mr. Wonder Fan? Patience. I'm saying ooh. Say oh. Well, anyway, Ayushi, there's you when you're things when I'm overwhelmed is you got to just take a step back from it. But if you're on a job, you don't have the option to really take a step back when you're overwhelmed, and sometimes you just gotta barrel forward, and you have to push forward and push past those things. So, like, for instance, I worked in a casino for a lot of years, and I learned how to bartend at a casino, and bartending was really tough. Mixing drinks, I was really good at making cocktails and doing that stuff. So if I had let's say was working a service bar, and all I did was shake and make cocktails all day, that would be great. But if you were working a service bar, you wouldn't make any money because you got to, where tips are your money. But when I was bartending and I'd get overwhelmed, what would happen is I would start to go into like an autistic shutdown. And then, but after a while, you got to like push and push and push and push through. And eventually, that situation that overwhelms you, it won't overwhelm you anymore. But so it's like if you're on the job, you do not have the option to take a step back. But you can go call a supervisor and say, hey, I need some help. And that's one of the things you can do. But that wasn't actually anything. That wasn't anything. Oh, I got a troll here. Okay. Anyways, that wasn't anything that I was like. I just had my attitude with it because with that audio processing disorder, being on the autistic spectrum, I didn't like help. I didn't like to get help, and so my solution to being overwhelmed was to bang my head against the wall until I crashed through. That's what I do when I'm overwhelmed. I just keep going forward and going forward and going forward. However, if I am not in a economic job situation, what I do is I just take a little step back, and then I go back into it. And so, does that answer your question as far as overwhelm? And then other things that you can do is do something else. You do something else, and yeah, I don't. Anyways, that's all I got. Just let me see, when is this camera light gonna burn out? Well, it's gonna burn out really soon, so we better call this a night here. And thank you all who pushed the like button 30 times. That's just totally awesome. I can't believe that. And it's been fun. It's been fun having all y'all here. Excuse me. And trying to do 2 paintings in the same session, that's also a lot of fun. Well, good night, Mama Sushi, and perfect. I will be, like I say, I'll be back on tomorrow night, but I'm having an interview. I'm interviewing a guy from, I don't know what we're going to talk about. So on my job tomorrow, I'm going to go crawl over his channel, and I'll figure out, several questions to ask, and then hopefully it won't be boring. So that's tomorrow night at like 9-ish, maybe. I think 8:45. I said it at like a damn repeat angel number thing. That's just me. I'm kind of funny that way. But anyways, and that's tomorrow night, 9-ish. I'll be on for that, like maybe a half hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I don't know what that is. Rage bait. I don't know what that is. I'm an old person. You got to talk to me like I'm an old person and not somebody who understands stuff. But nevertheless, thank you guys. Thank you for your support, for all 30 people who pushed the like button and everyone who pushed the sub button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for hanging out with me for this last hour or so. Thank you very much. Welcome, 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 and thank you, thank you, thank you. For number 31, Jonathan, thank you. 32, 33, thank you. And I'll be back tomorrow night with a boring interview, but the next time I come out and do a painting session will be Sunday. Sunday after dinner will be the next one. Yeah, all right, bye-bye. Bye.